Welcome, Taurus, to your uplifting messages. So today for you, we have a five card tarot reading, and we're gonna start with the heart of the matter, which is the Lover's card. Okay, so the Lover's card is, as you can see, is usually about relationships, but it's mainly about choices. And there's a sense here on the first glance that somebody has to make a choice, okay? But I feel like there's more to this card, or there's more to this message than meets the eye at this time. So we'll have to dig a little bit deeper. But I feel like there's a sense where somebody's going to have to learn how to make certain decisions based on their own intuition as opposed to what they are able to see at this time, because of this Two of Swords energy in a positive position. So someone is led into a path or a journey that is unlike any other that they've been on, okay? And it looks very tempting at this time, but also there are some pitfalls. As you can see, there's the snake, and as some of you may know, this is depicting the Garden of Eden, okay? And so the enemy number one in the Garden of Eden is actually the snake. And then second would be considered the woman, right? The feminine energy. Because there's a sense of when you go with the flow, some people or some situations could take advantage of that, okay? But in this case, I feel like it's more of a decision to go on a specific path, to go on a journey. And I feel like it's more spirit led than anything else. Okay. Some of you may need to take a pill because I have a headache. I have a headache and I feel like I shouldn't have a headache. But anyways, so yes, some of you may feel like I've decided to go on a path which is spirit led, and I'm having all kinds of issues and troubles and tribulations and complications. Am I going in the right direction? So there's a sense sometimes where when you feel like your faith is being tested or it's faulty, you want to look around, you want to ask other people, you want to question your environment, or even question people that have been in your shoes, or that have walked a mile in your shoes, or walked a mile in your similar path or similar journey, to see what exactly is going on here. Is it normal? Should I keep going? Should I go back? Should I take a break? Should I choose another person? Because it doesn't have to be just, I feel like it could be career, but I feel like it's relationship because of the Lovers. But there's a sense where sometimes you are facing certain situations where you are taken aback and you're not sure if this is the way that I should go. Should I stand my ground? So there's a sense of standing your ground here. I've made a decision. I made a choice to go in a direction. I'm standing my ground here. And some of you could have friends and could have allies, colleagues, family members, whomever that are supporting you in this situation, or in your journey, right? Or you could have an association that you can rely on when things gets hard for you. But also I feel like it's more of a cheerleading energy, like being able to have your back, or being able to motivate you in any way, shape, or form. Now with the Two of Swords energy here, I feel like, again, this is when you feel unsure, an energy of feeling unsure, but at the same time, there's a sense of needing to rely on your faith, or rely on your own understanding in this sense, or what your heart is telling you to do. And it's not, we're going to get to the logic. It's not so logical at times, but the Two of Swords could talk about a mind over matter energy of having to do what needs to be done. Okay. There's also a sense with this page of one here, the need for you to make decisions based on on what you're pulled toward or what you're excited to do, but at the same time, I'm wondering if this page of wands energy is a bit too much. And on one hand, that energy could could bring some kind of spark into your life, and then on the other, there's a there's the other side of it where it could lead you into some type of pitfalls. But since it isn't a positive situation, I'm going to say that someone could need that energy, could need this pep talk, could need this spark, this renewed spark into their life. Maybe because things have been redundant, certain things have been dealing with the mundane has kept somebody stuck in a certain way of doing things. I also feel like you need to be able to stand on 2 feet, but at the same time, it just keeps repeating like stand your ground, needing to keep going in the direction that you've gone on, regardless of what other people may think or may feel, or whatever voices that you can hear that's trying to get you off the path that you've chosen. Because it's almost like the advice is that energy anyways, like, we're starting with this, you've made the right decision, and then now you have to learn how to stand your ground. But there's a sense of also being able to understand your own value system in here. For some, this is related to income, being able to, because with the King of Swords, being able to be logical about the income energy. Okay, so you could be questioning something related to income, or something related to your faith, like someone. But this King of Swords is not playing, right? That energy, I was clearer. Can you be clearer? Let me adjust this shit. Like, he looks pretty mean, right? So from a logical perspective, someone feels like they are making the right decision, because maybe you are feeling the pushback from another person, you're feeling the pushback from a relationship, from, so on one hand, some of you have the backing in whatever shape or form, but on the other you might feel a pushback, so you feel stuck in the middle. And you have no choice but to stand your ground. You're like, those two cards are about standing their ground. This could talk about selfishness. Both of them could talk about selfishness, but it's also about conserving energy. Conserving energy. Hopefully I said it right. Okay, so this is this is the resilience, the tenacity that you have. Sorry. And this is there's a sense of feeling like you're going over the edge too. Like something about sanity. How much can I push before getting that any, like, for some of you, it's you're looking for that income. You're looking for that for a profitable outcome, because the 9 is about the ending. So between here, between the energy of standing your ground, of feeling like you're an asshole, okay, it's very like, there's a stubborn energy here, but something has been renewed here. There's something between, I don't know if it's like being able to stand your, being able to um not deal, speak to another person, being able to speak to another person, being able to have for someone to have your back, or have someone's back. I feel like maybe it calms you down in a sense, even if you are feeling wary you're feeling tired. It could be that. It could just be that you're feeling tired of having to stand your ground, and maybe feeling like things are not going to change, but they are. There's a sense of needing someone could be letting you know that you might need to have a second opinion, or needing to, there's a sense of needing to say no. For some I feel like it's a young person that's being pressured into having sex early, and I feel like it could be a parent, it could be a person that's actually letting them know not to do it because of, the consequences. Like, you are so loved, but you know, you shouldn't follow the path that I am on. You shouldn't follow the path that I was on. It could be your parent letting you know why you shouldn't have premarital sex or sex at a younger age. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to dig deeper, but so what's clarifying the lovers again? This is the Ace of Pentacle energy. So there's something new that's coming about. So I feel like, sorry, I'm taking on the energy of this person that's feeling unsure and not wondering where maybe support is coming in whatever shape or form, but they're standing their ground. And because of that, something is going to make way. Like, this is the air energy. It's all Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So this is something making way. This is being able to be clear about everything that is going on, but at the same time is also being open to support, being open to speak to other people, being open to listen to advice, to what they have to say. But in this situation, there's a sense of cutting off ties with things that you should no longer be entertaining as well. So there's an aspect of being a little bit delusional, and like, I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to see. I don't want to hear. Like, there's a hear no evil, see no evil kind of energy. But at the same time, I'm gonna I'm gonna focus on myself. There's a sense of tunnel vision, but I'm worried if that tunnel vision is just keeping you stuck. And with this King of Swords, there's a sense of, I don't know. It's just the 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 need for sharing information. They need to share information regardless of how it is taken, regardless of how what anybody has to say about it. Regardless of, they need to tell the truth regardless of how you feel about it too. Yeah, it's, I feel like it took me a while to get here, the King of Swords, with all this. I'm standing my ground. Anyways, so the lover's energy is clarified by that, the Ace of Pentacles, where some of you may have been propelled to go into a direction because of the money, or because it, you felt, it could be a relationship, you felt like you were going to get unconditional love, or it was a sound foundation. That's what it is, a sound foundation to build on. Okay. And you feel like his, see how his legs is open, is like, whatever that's, whatever that has been close off to me will no longer be close off. Like, something has to make way, and this is what you're waiting on, or this is what you're looking for, whether it is in a relationship or a career. This is also someone that's realizing that they are actually bisexual, that they only care about the essence of love. um So you're standing your ground. You're not willing to take no for, this is not willing to take no for an answer. This is the card of discipline in that position anyways. So this is about putting in the work, putting in the effort, keep on going. It's the discipline. It's the discipline that's, I feel like, that's gonna allow you to make way. I feel like things are opening up. Doors are opening up. Whatever was closed. I feel like this is also about patience, but we'll see. The Page of Wands energy again. Maybe it's the active kid energy. The word active kid that's throwing me off. But anyways, the Page of Wands energy again. It's that spark. It's that it's that renewal. It's that excitement. But I feel like some of you are going to get a piece of information, or messages, news are coming to you about like tangible things that you like, tangible support that you'll be able to have. You probably have to go look for it, right? Page of Wands energy. You might have to go look for it, or it's gonna fall in your lap. There's too many laps energy. Okay. Also, you feel like something took too long. Something's taking too long. And there's a sense of you needing to be logical about it, or being strategic while standing your ground and putting in the work, putting in the effort. The Eight of Cups energy, it's not really throwing me off here, but there's a sense of here also needing to carve out time for peace of mind, for you not to worry so much, for you to kind of like get out of this work zone, or being on one when it comes to a relationship, or being on one when it comes to whatever, like you're holding so tight. So it's like it's okay to stand your ground, but holding so tightly is not helping the situation in that sense. You're gonna like, there's a sense of learning to let go. Can we clarify that? Because it's, I feel like there's a sense of needing to conserve energy, which also puts you in a position of power, because you feel secure in what you're doing. Like this, it's seeing the value in what you're doing at this time, even if not all the coins, not all the ideas, not all the people, not, you know, not all the utilities, the tools are at your disposal at this time. There's a sense of needing to focus on what is actually valuable and counting on that so that it can expand, I feel. Can we confirm? Also, the Eight of Cups is about digging deeper, because maybe I feel like there's something about looking on the surface, something about looking at something on the surface, and like she's sitting on a chest, or maybe that's someone that's keeping their cards close to their chest. They could be hiding something. It's like the money's right there. That is right there. Can I clarify that's for Pentacles? There's a sense of having to wait though, and I don't know if there's something else to realize, to understand or comprehend or learn, but I feel like you have what you have what it takes to get it there. I mean, we see the Sun energy right here, but there's a sense of having to wait for things to grow according to the laws of the universe. Sorry. Can we clarify this? Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, just to tie it up. Yeah, the Four of Cups energy. Yeah, you're gonna have to be content with what you have right now. Like, you have to play with what you got. Four of Cups, the Two of Cups. Oh, but at the same time, here, I feel like there's a sense of that if you're too stuck in your ways and looking at, maybe there's a sense of needing to look at both sides of the situation, or looking at, like, when you walk, like when you're crossing the street. When you're crossing the street, looking at both sides to make sure that you're safe. So, and in a sense, I feel like if you're like doing the, if you are in the dating scene, that it's okay to not reveal everything all at once, or it's okay to date around and not, because you could think that a person is actually the right one for you, but there could be better connections. I mean, I said what I said, but again, there's an aspect of you not being, like, it's okay to stand your ground in whatever that you want, in whatever you want to, you would like to achieve in your list, if you have a list of what you want in a person. But at the same time, don't do anything prematurely when it comes to leaving a relationship, leaving a connection that you, when you've just met, because there's something more than whatever that's going on is not what is going on. Whatever that your assumption is not exactly what is going on here. So there's a sense of needing to give people the benefit of the doubt in here, and at the same time, I feel like if you're too stuck, you won't see an offer. An offer that's right up your alley. I feel like someone just had to take a little shortcut. They have to take there's a shortcut here. It's like or like you're gonna miss some type of universal nudge, like the God and Goddess is nudging you in a direction for you to go into, for you to be able to know the truth, for you to be able to find out something that you want, because the Sun is pretty positive. It's just that with the Sun, you know everything. Like, you can't unknow the shit. But he's so cute. Okay. Bye, Taurus.